I'd like to call to order the March 12, 2024 Waukegan Public School Board of Education meeting. Board previously met in closed session under exception C9, exception C1, exception C11, exception C21, and then exception C10. We will be going back into closed session to finish the work of the board, but I did not want to delay the public. So with that, if I could have a roll call.
Mr. McBride.
Yes.
Ms. Fabian. Ms. Gonzalez.
Yes.
Mr. Riddle.
Yes.
Ms. Hannah.
Yes.
Ms. Lensing.
Ms. Lindsay?
Yes.
President Ewing.
Yes, so we do have a quorum in the room. 5 board members are present. Ms. Fabian has a family emergency, was unable to attend, and Ms. Lindsay is participating under one of the allowable exceptions as she is battling an illness, which is a reminder it is going around, so make sure that you take care of yourselves. With that, I'd like a motion to go back into open session.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Gonzalez, second by Mr. Riddle. All in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. We are back in open session. Ms. Dotson, if you be so kind as to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. No, you just say it as loud as you can.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. My president's report. Happy Women's History Month. We appreciate all of the contributions of women on our society, including we are a majority female board, and that is becoming more the norm in this work, but we appreciate and I value the work and service of our superintendent and our board members, along with the countless individuals in our school district. So there are tons of different events that are going on throughout the district, so I know we do have the school website, and we're making sure that board members are able to get information related to that. I had something else I wanted to say. From the board's perspective, March is a busy month, but it also is a short month as we have spring break. So make sure you keep your calendars handy. Nick may be reaching out to poll you when we need to have some special meeting dates. And so just want to make you all aware of that. Other than that, I will save the rest of my report for board member time for the sake of time. Our student board member did let me know that he would be unavailable today due to another commitment. So he will be at our next student board member meeting. And with that, we're at item 7A, Spotlight on 60.
Last night we had our district-wide celebration of Black History Month. We were focusing on the contributions from African Americans, specifically in the field of the arts. And it was a modern gala, so it was a beautiful night at Genesee Theater.
It means remembering the past in regards to our past heroes and heroines who had great accomplishments, who helped pave the way for us today, remembering heroes like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, and so many others who have done great things.
And I love seeing how everybody tries, everybody comes together.
Every school within our district has contributed, and many of you may see your own child up here, either entertaining, dancing, singing for us. So can we give a round of applause for all of our students that are making this night really special for us? And I am so grateful to be part of the mission and vision and the synergy that this community has.
In the heart of Harlem, they found their sacred ground. In the midst of prejudice, their truths resound. And I feel it
sometimes you have to go into your past to understand your present so you can determine your future. So it's important that our children understand their past.
What excites me about today is seeing the younger kids being able to express themselves. I know me in elementary school, I would have loved this, so it makes me very happy that they get to be a part of this event. And I'm very thankful for the community for coming together and help put together all of this for today.
I'm happy that the district WPS 60 is having this celebration. I think it's important because there's been so many times when Black history has been left out. Black heroes and heroines have been left out. And so for us to lift them up and for the district to have this special celebration, I think it's tremendous, and I want it to continue on in the future. And so it's important that we have inclusion, that we have diversity, and that we celebrate all the gifts of everyone that has helped America to be what America is and the world to be a better place.
So kudos to the Face Department. I know it was a Herculean effort in order to pull it off. One of the things that I love to hear is when I'm walking through the community. Many of you know I work for a local credit union, and I actually had different individuals who had attended that were giving me kudos. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there due to a work commitment, but I really, really am appreciative of those opportunities. Anytime we have an opportunity to celebrate the diverse and rich cultures that we have here in Waukegan. So thank you, and thank you for that spotlight on 60. Go ahead, Mr. McBride.
Long time coming. I think that we're moving forward. I think Brother Blanks have always came up to that podium right there, and what we just done today, I hope that it was pleasing to your eyes, because you've been asking for it for over and over and over. You made mention about St. Patrick's Day. You made mention about very other holidays, but never we had what I seen today. It's been a long time coming, and thanks to Tasia back there over the Face team. I didn't get a chance to attend, but because I had another meeting, but I did show up, and what I seen as far as the atmosphere outside of just the art and entertainment, it was great.
Thank you. All right, so we do have item 8A, approval of the minutes of the special open session board meeting for March 5th, 2024.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve, Ms. Gonzalez. Do we have a second? Second for Ms. Hannah. Any comments, questions, corrections to the minutes? All in favor signify with aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay? Minutes are approved. Now we are at our opportunity for public comment. They bring the sheet forward. I'll call multiple names. Please line up and be prepared in order to expedite this process. This is an opportunity for the public to address the board. When your name is called, please come up to this microphone. We do want to remind all of the speakers of civility. In addition, if you need translation services will be provided to you, and you will get a total of 6 minutes to allow for the board to receive the translation. We do ask that you refrain from mentioning student and staff names in your remarks. First 3 names in order are Rayanne Nickerson, Angela Edwards, and Brother Blanks, in that order. Ms. Nickerson, your time will begin as soon as you start speaking.
Okay, Rayanne Nickerson, North Elementary teacher. I wanted to come today to, last summer I had the opportunity to attend the Ron Clark Academy in Atlanta. It was awesome. We implemented that program this year at North. We have houses. I'm a part of the greenhouse, so each month we have house events. And last Friday was the greenhouse event, and I wanted to come publicly thank. We have two of the most awesome climate and culture personnel at our building. These two helped us blow up balloons. We had a balloon arch that you see at baby showers. I've never done one, but these two gentlemen were there blowing up balloons with us. They were moving the arch. They also got us helpers for the day, 6 middle school students who have siblings at our school and they're friends of those students. And I see them all the time. So I wanted to thank Mr. Jones, who's our climate and culture at North, Mr. Davison, who's our climate and culture. We've had a lot of challenges at North, academic and behavior. And these two gentlemen go above and beyond. To the entire team, to my principal. And I wanted to thank Miss Hannah. Every time I invite you, you come. Doesn't matter, she comes. She was there in her green dress. She danced, and I have video of it. So we had a great time. It was an awesome event. I know Mr. Figueroa, I think Miss Polk was there, Miss Patty was there, so it was great. But I wanted to thank these 6 middle school kids because they could have done something else on a Friday night than to help us serve food, snacks, juice, water, and they danced.
And Ms. Nickerson, I know it's kudos, but in order to keep with not mentioning student names, are you okay with just shouting out first names? If I let you do it, I gotta let them do it.
But this is a good thing.
I understand, but the rule is the rule.
Okay, from Smith Middle School, Samantha, Raziah, Hezekiah, Princess, and Itzel and Dion. They've helped us on several events, and they are awesome. So I wanted to give them a shout out. Okay, and I think that's about it. So we have more teachers going this year. I hope I get the chance to go again. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Edwards, your time will begin whenever you start speaking.
Hello, Superintendent, board members, community. I'm back, y'all. Real quick, I want to highlight 3 things. One of the things is National Women's Month, and I want to highlight one of our own, Melissa Molly Hunter Wilson. She is a producer in Atlanta, a Grammy-nominated producer in Atlanta. She was born and raised in Waukegan, graduated from Waukegan High School. She's also put out her own music now, and she has a song that's called, let me get it here, No Place Like Home. Is out now. Amazing song. I listen to it 24/7. She's worked with Whitney Houston. She worked with Drake. She worked with Missy Elliott, and she worked with Usher, just to name a few people. I just want to highlight her because she's doing some great things. We always hear, like, is there anything good in Waukegan? Yes. I'm Waukegan, Ray, Waukegan, we good. Brother Blank's Waukegan, but there is good in Waukegan. I want to highlight her because we don't talk about it enough, about people who have gone and did great things. So I just want to give a shout out to her right quick. My next thing is, I want to bring a public service announcement to the board. My heart broke when I heard about the two children that hung themselves. I mean, I was in tears because I know both of the parents. And we have to do better and get the word out about this because we don't want copycats happening. You know, 2 weeks within each other, a young boy, then a girl, a week later. We got to get the word out. We got to do better as far as our kids and the mental health of our kids and what happened. Because I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's something they saw on social media, some kind of trend. I don't know. But I do know we got to get ahead of this. We want to see no other child lose their life like this, period. Then my last thing is, I came back to the district as a sub. I'm a substitute teacher. And my first day, I was going to walk out. But with the help of Ms. Nicholson and other staff, and Jack Benny, shout out, who really helped me to stay where I'm at. But I want to say, I wish there was a curriculum or something for subs, because we're in the classroom and we don't have an idea. I want to educate the kids. That's what my passion is, to educate and to teach the kids. And I don't take an assignment if I'm not prepared for it, you know. And so I wish there was curriculum that was handed out to subs to really help them to be a guide. Because, like, for one, I didn't know when my lunch schedule was, when schedules break for the kids, when they go for lunch, had no clue. So these are things that should be put in place in the district. And it'd be helpful to even be able to talk to the teachers of that classroom that you're subbing for, just to get an idea of what they're looking for from a substitute, and to get an idea of the kids. And that's my time. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Edwards. Brother Blanks.
Brother Blanks, Black Abolition Movement for the Mind, and in the spirit of your spotlight on 60, speaking of heritage and culture, on the 3rd, March the 3rd, we had the celebration of our 24th anniversary of our Poetry for the People. And we did it in March the 3rd, just to kind of emulate and to try to inspire Black history and culture beyond the month of February. So we had that on March, that was on March the 3rd, but I'm standing here today to extend our appreciation to the district for your support in that process and the success that we had. I also want to personally extend gratitude to Ms. Adrienne Gonzalez, who came out in person and supported. So appreciate you making it there. And right now, when I'm looking at the district and everything that's going on, and the spirit of solutions, when we're looking at our children who are now struggling in their reading and in their math skills. So in the spirit of solution with no expense to the district, we at Black Abolition Movement for the Mind is now volunteering in the district and working with the students through our process as to how we was working with them before, through the writing and literacy through poetry. So these are some of the things, because if we identify some problems, then we have a responsibility to roll our sleeves up to try to get involved. And so we've been blessed with the opportunity to be able to help our students out with no expense to the district, and we want to continue to do that as much as possible. Right now, as we look at where we're now celebrating Women History Month, and I want to pay tribute to someone myself. That lady that just spoke here, Miss Angela Edwards, she is a very talented, creative, an amazing young woman herself. I've recently gotten to know her, on the basis of what she brings to the table, and to really understand and know what she really delivered to this district and the capacity that she once served. And so that is a very talented and amazing young lady. So I want to pay tribute to you, Ms. Edwards, for the hard work and the efforts that you put forth in this district, that you sacrifice, and also that you continue to sacrifice and put forth in our community. Kudos to you in this month. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Blake. The next 3 names in order are Randy Sabecki, Krishana Hanna, and Rayon Edwards. Mr. Sabecki, your time will begin when you start speaking.
Good evening. First, I didn't get a chance last meeting, but I want to congratulate all the schools, all the students of all the Black History Month celebrations that they put on. Jack Benny put on an awesome one. I was fortunate enough to be at that one, and I loved it. So let's go back to what I was talking about last time. So our top 30 administrators, almost $4.5 million just in base pay. So I want to know, out of all of these conferences that we go on, we sat on in our district, why ain't none of that being done here? All of our top administrators, and that when they get hired, they give us resumes. They're doctors of this, doctors of that. We have some very great doctors, educators that go all over the world, all over the country, and put on seminars. But we don't utilize them in our own district. Why? But we go and spend all this money everywhere else. I put in a FOIA February 29th. I just got it like 3 hours ago. It was nothing I asked for. I mean, they gave me stuff I wanted. It was about conferences. They gave me bill runs from American Outfitters. Did we do a conference at American Outfitters? No. So I'm not even getting it. I asked for total amounts of how much we've spent. And they give me all this stuff. No totals, nothing. But now they say it's closed. A month. It took me over a month to get the information. It's not even what I asked for. So I'll be resubmitting it, and I'll break it down so they can understand what I was asking for. Because that's the problem. We spent all this money, and that just glazing through it real quick before this meeting. That's another thing in this district. I want to know, why are we spending money for PD, for conference space, for public entities within Waukegan? We have all these school buildings, but we're renting out office space and that to put on PD. Why? And that's where we go back to prom for these kids and that. The amount that it costs, but we can be using that money and using it on the kids. We have all these school buildings, all these places. Why are we renting out space for PD? Makes no sense. And that's just skimming through it for 10 minutes before I came to this meeting. That's what the money ain't gonna be here forever, as Ms. Hannah always keeps putting out. We need to watch what we're spending. All that free money ain't gonna be here. We need to start concentrating on our students, because year after year after year, the grades are still in the same spot. We watched that presentation that they put out, and yet again, we're not progressing.
Thank you, Mr. Becky. Roshana Hannah.
I came here tonight to speak to the board because I'm angry. I had all my thoughts gathered and everything that I was going to say to the board, but I have since changed because I'm going to spotlight the good instead of the bad. We're talking about Women's History Month, where I'm going to spotlight a woman in history, right here in Waukegan, right here in this boardroom. A woman that has spent her entire life committed to District 60 and the students of District 60, lending her voice to staff members, teachers, speaking up for students. Not only that, in the community, she's given herself 100%, if not more. She sits here with the best interests of the district and students and the community at heart. Everything that she does is for the community, for the betterment of students, for the betterment of Waukegan, District 60. There isn't a conversation that she can have that is not talking about District 60 and the students. The spotlight is on Anita Hannah. I want to give kudos to her. For sacrificing her life to sit here on the board for the betterment, genuine heart for District 16, only to be underappreciated, bullied, picked on, singled out. I could go on, but I came to do the positive. So tonight, I want to put the spotlight on Anita Hanna, and I'm proud to call her mother. Happy Women's History Month.
Final name is Rayon Edwards.
Good evening, board, community. Piggyback on a couple of things that what we're speaking about. We can't be serious that we are renting spaces from entities. See, I think a lot of times y'all get it really, really twisted, right? Because I think y'all take this as personal. What I advocate for my community is about doing the right thing. Everybody following the rules. I don't care because you're friends with somebody. See, I know how the system go, right? So some of y'all up there, you're advocating for certain entities to be able to have certain people do certain things in this district. We have to stop that, y'all. You're going to rent a space for somebody to hold an event about the district and an entity in a community. The object is to encourage these people to come into the schools. Move it around to different schools. If you ain't having that event at this entity, they damn sure ain't bringing no community in these entities, because my community still don't know who a lot of these entities is. You ain't got to like me, but I hope you respect what I do, because I'm out there. I know what I'm talking about. I guarantee you can go anywhere in Waukegan, North Chicago, and Zion, and they know who Ray Ray is. They know what Ray Ray do. Because I make time. I asked the last time I was at this board meeting, what is a partnership? The state of Illinois have requirements that you can work in the district, right? Felons can't. They can't. Y'all can keep on pushing this diversity, equity, and inclusion. Keep on saying it. These words been existed. And we've never talked about them. So now we're going to use these words as a way to cater to people we like and friends and things. You know, this is your way of partnering with the community. This is why we're not moving forward. Because we always doing something under the table. And all while we playing games like that, guess who hurting the most? Them babies. It's so sad that things can be all over social media and all of y'all live in this community and y'all seems to never know nothing. I don't ask y'all for nothing, but I make sure y'all know what's going on when it's happening in that community. All the time. I send it to your staffs. When we're talking about this hospital and when we're talking about a leader don't get to pick and choose when they lead. A leader shouldn't be boxed in. Who you guys represent, all of you board members, who you guys represent is the same people that have to go to that hospital. I should see y'all. Please. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Edwards. And thank you to all those who spoke. And I do appreciate the highlighting of Board Member Hanna and her history of contributions. So thank you, Ms. Hanna. We are at our consent agenda for academics. These individuals should have been previously discussed and or non-controversial. This is done in order to expedite the work of the board. The information and the items have been there and presented. Would any board members like to vote on any of these items separately? Just give me the letter number, or letter. I always say letter number, letter. Seeing as there are no requests, do we have a motion to approve items 10A through C?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Riddle, second by Ms. Gonzalez. Any comments, questions on the motion? All in favor, roll call vote.
Mr. McBride.
Yes.
Ms. Fabian. Ms. Gonzalez.
Yes.
Mr. Riddle.
Yes.
Ms. Hanna.
Yes.
Ms. Lensing.
Yes.
President Ewing.
Yes, item approval motion carries. Reading those into the record, we got 10A, renewal of Instructure Learn Platform. 10B, Juarez Urban Learning and Leadership Center Service Agreement. C, approval of Illinois High School Association renewal. Those items have been approved. We are now at item 13A, personnel for 3/12/2024.
It is the recommendation that the Board of Education accept the administration's recommendation to approve the appointments and retirements and accept the resignations as found on schedules F1002, L949, and G660.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Riddle, second by Ms. Gonzalez. Any comments or questions on the motion?
We're sad to see some people go, but thank you for your service.
Thank you, Ms. Gonzalez. Roll call.
Mr. McBride?
Yes.
Ms. Gonzalez?
Yes.
Mr. Riddle?
Yes.
Ms. Hannah?
Yes.
Ms. Lensing?
Yes.
President Ewing?
Yes, item approved, motion carries. We do have an administrative appointment. It's an exciting one.
At this time, I'd like to announce Miss Tirza Norwood Jones, who previously served as a long-term substitute teacher in Zion District 6. She will now serve as the manager of Wraparound Center Services with a starting salary of $75,000. Congratulations, Miss Norwood Jones. Correction, Tirza Norwood Jones. Welcome to Waukegan.
All right, we are at item 15A, approval of the facility rental waiver request for Jesus Name Apostolic Church.
It is the recommendation of the administration that the Board of Education authorize the superintendent to approve the facility rental waiver request submitted by Jesus Name Apostolic Church. Jesus, I think it's twice, has reserved the, let me start again. It's the recommendation of the administration that the Board of Education authorize the superintendent to approve the facility rental waiver requested and submitted by Jesus Name Apostolic Church. Jesus Name Apostolic Church has reserved the gym at Miguel Juarez Middle School for a youth basketball game. The requested balance to be waived is $238.50.
So moved.
Second.
All right, any comments or questions on the motion? Roll call vote.
Mr. McBride?
Yes.
Ms. Gonzalez?
Yes.
Mr. Riddle?
Yes.
Ms. Hannah?
Yes.
Ms. Lensing?
Yes.
President Ewing?
Yes, item approved, motion carries. We have item 16A, ratification of the first processing of March 2024 board bills, manual check request payments, and Old National Bank insurance payments for the period of February 21st, 2024 through March 5th, 2024.
It is the recommendation of the administration that the Board of Education ratify the first March 2024 processing of board bills, manual check request payments, and Old National Bank insurance payments for the period of February 21st, 2024 through March 5th, 2024. The accounts payable board payments for the period of February 21st, 2024 through March 5th, 2024 total $3,071,464.24. The manual check request payments for the period of February 21st, 2024 through March 5th, 2024 totals $1,925,294.10. The Old National Bank insurance payments for the period of February 21st, 2024 through March 5th, 2024 total $26,958.53.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. Riddle.
Second.
Second by Mr. McBride. Any comments or questions on the motion? Roll call vote.
Mr. McBride?
Yes.
Ms. Gonzalez?
Yes.
Mr. Riddle?
Yes.
Ms. Hannah?
Yes.
Ms. Lensing?
I'm going to pass because this weekend I was not able to look at the report in detail, so I don't feel comfortable voting.
President Ewing?
Yes, item approved, motion carries. We are at committee reports. Are there any committee reports at this time?
No, I can share that for the Equity Advisory Council. We have been revising the equity policy that we want to put forward. So that will probably be coming forward in the next, hopefully, month. Tasia could say better.
Thank you. All right, any delegates report at this time?
No, just that tomorrow is the Lakes Division dinner. And I hope everybody is there so that we kind of can get in the running and stuff for the big award. But if not, I mean, can't do nothing about it, but it is tomorrow.
Right.
At the Doubletree, right?
Is this the Mundaline one? At the Doubletree, yep.
Doubletree.
In Mundaline, thank you. And no board members needed transportation, or if any do, I know it's tomorrow. Did we coordinate?
Miss Jasmine and I have talked.
Okay, awesome. All right. Next up is 17C, Superintendent's Report.
Yes, at this time, we're going to give you a quick update on our FACE initiatives. As you know, we've been having a number of wonderful initiatives, and as our FACE department grows, we just keep expanding on the initiatives on how we touch base with our community. But also there are going to be a number of informational sessions under the science of reading, de-escalation strategies for parents, and of course the rollout of Destination 2028, our new strategic plan. So at this time I will turn it over to Ms. Fields.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Tasia Fields. I'm the Director of Equity and Inclusion. Our FACE team couldn't be here tonight, so I'm standing in for them. Next slide. So as the superintendent stated, we have some updates to share and some exciting things that we really want to encourage our families to attend. So this year we do have a few celebrations that we wanted to highlight. We relaunched our FACE Liaison program at each school to really support our FACE initiatives and reestablish our GPTOs. GPTO stands for Guardian Parent Teacher Organization. So we're really trying to leverage those at each school to increase our engagement and connect with our families. We launched a monthly FACE newsletter that gives out information on programs that we have and also some of our partnerships that we have with our central partners. So we're excited about that. And we'll be launching a new Asian American Pacific Islander celebration this year. So I have some information about that in the upcoming slide. We also established a FACE Facebook page to really increase visibility and connect with families and share information easily through the Facebook page. So please look out for those items. Next slide. A few more things here. We continued with having our school grade level field trips, and so far we've completed 87 of 96, and those have been really successful. And we also have our new OBRE implementation with where we connect our families to our community partners and our schools. So I'll talk more about that in an upcoming slide. Next slide. So we really want to highlight some upcoming parent information sessions that we're hosting, and this is a part of our Parent University. Check out our logo. They made me say that. They're really excited about the Parent University logo. So be on the lookout for that and more sessions coming. But these three coming up are on the science of reading and de-escalation strategies and Destination 2028. So we really want to encourage parents to come out and really learn more about some of the things we're doing here in the district, specifically with the science of reading. They'll learn about the shifts in curriculum and instruction and tips that parents can use at home to really support reading. This session will be in person, and we'll also be bringing back Facebook Live sessions as well. The de-escalation parent session will be provided by a licensed clinical professional, and we'll really be talking about cultivating resilience and reframing discipline at home, and that will be an in-person session. And then our Destination 2028 parent information session, that's where we will highlight the new strategic plan and really share information about the corresponding pillars and what families can expect. And that'll be in person and on Facebook Live as well. And there'll be more sessions coming. Next slide. So in terms of OBRE, we're really excited about this. We've had Aubrey in our district for a while, and we've been really trying things to increase engagement, and we've been really intentional with our implementation this year. And since November, we've had 1,004 families successfully log in using Aubrey. So we're really excited about that. When you log in, you can see a plethora of events happening, and schools are posting regularly. We have more than 300 school-level announcements that families can engage with, and we also have 30 community partners registered to use Aubrey as well. And we've also connected families with special student tokens. So they received letters in February, and what the tokens are is you can all log in to Aubrey, but the token connects you to your specific student school. So you can see specific events that are school related, and later there'll be more connections that you can do specific to students. So we're really trying to encourage families to do that. I know I've had a couple parents say, oh, I got the letter, but make sure you connect the token. So I want to remind everyone to continue to do that. Next slide. And it is that time for us to get ready for our back to school resource fair. So I want to play this video.
Good afternoon, Waukegan! And thank you for joining us at our back to school event. We are so excited to see all our young scholars out here that are excited to come back to school.
Honestly, I just want everybody to have a fun day. This is one of the best days. We do not get perfect weather for this. Have fun, everyone, and enjoy your time. Thank you.
I hope that you guys are having a great time. I want to shout out all of our volunteers who are here today, as well as all of the different resources that showed up to make sure that our community knows that there are people and organizations that are here to help them, because it really does take a village.
I'm the Youth Council Advisor.
Hi, we're a safe place. We're actually with Youth Service Department. I'm from the Waukegan Park District. We've got a lot of cool free family programs, art events, and a fitness event too. So anything that might interest you, come out and enjoy the Waukegan Park District. I'm here with Eco Hope.
I'm here with Meridian Healthcare and Youth Care.
I'm from Prairie State Legal Services. We provide free civil legal services.
I'm with Reverde Community House, and we do programs for kids and for adults. They're all free and they're open to all the community.
I'm out here representing the Waukegan Township and our supervisor, Mr. Mark L. Jones.
And I'm the Director of AbbVie's Community of Science, and we're here today and we're offering STEM activities for all the kids, trying to encourage their love of science.
Hi, we are the Melanated Authors, and we're so excited about exposing students to multicultural literature.
This is Vertical Encounter. We're going to have a raffle. We're giving away a free bike. I hope you win.
1, 2, go. Hey!
We have been anticipating this day. We cannot wait to see you on August 14th. August 14th is the first day of school.
Next slide. Thank you for that. So we're really excited, and we definitely want to bring our back to school resource fair bigger than ever. It's a really big event. So save the date, July 27th. We are still recruiting sponsors, volunteers, community partnerships. All of this information will be available on our website, and you can also email us at face@wps60.org for new information. And we will be changing our location. We've kind of gotten so big, we're moving to Brookside campus this summer, so excited about that too. Same vibe, just more space. Next slide. And last but not least, just a few flyers here of some upcoming events. I mentioned earlier the Asian American Pacific Islander event. The flyer is there. You can find that information on our website. And also want to remind families that we do have our Black Parent Network, D60 Dogs. We want to encourage you all to please join. They're open to anyone. And we're going to be launching a WPS 60 Six Flags Takeover. We do family trips quarterly, and so for this last one, we're going to do Six Flags. So it is going to be a contest. So you just can't sign up to go. You've got to have entries. So there are multiple ways to enter. You probably can guess what one of those ways is. Your student token through Aubrey. So we're really trying to encourage everyone to log in. So more information will come on that, on how you can get those entries. And that is all. Thank you from the team.
Great work, Ms. Fields.
Wait, I have 2 questions.
Yeah, Ms. Fields, just a couple questions. She tried to run away.
It was a clap. It was a clap.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Ms. Gonzalez.
For any of the sessions, the family sessions that you're going to be hosting, especially the in-person ones, do people have to sign up for them, or they could just walk into the...
Yeah, there'll be a registration because we want to make sure we prepare for the number of folks. So.
Yeah. Okay. And then my second question is, in Aubrey, you alluded to, and we don't have access to that as board members, but when families log into it, do they see like a calendar, and that's how they visualize the events, or how?
No, it's not really a calendar. It's more like a dashboard of like, boom, like there's so many little widgets, and you can click on them, and they take you to an information page of whatever that image is. So maybe there's one of those flyers there, that might be the image, and you click on it and you get the information.
Okay. So maybe like similar to Instagram, where you see a photo, you go to what that photo's about.
And there's a description in there. So.
Okay, I just mentioned that because I know Ms. Lensing had, and some of us have been interested in visualizing the spread of events, right? Because maybe we can't all go, but it's also hard to keep track of all of them, because if we don't write it down, there's not a collective space where they all exist. So I wanted to see if that was a feature, but maybe in the future that could be like one of our widgets.
I can see about getting you access. I think it's real simple. Just using your district email, you should be able to log in. So I'll double check that and get that information to you all.
Okay.
Ms. Glenson, you had a question?
Thank you, Board President. A lot of these events are very exciting. I volunteered last year at the Resource Fair at that Jump House, and I just want to remind anyone volunteering, melanated or not, bring your sunscreen, protect yourself. Yes. I got burnt, but everybody can be susceptible. So just a reminder for everyone attending to wear your sunscreen, because that was a pretty sunny day. I do have some questions, though. Sorry I didn't forward them before. We didn't have documents available for the superintendent report. So when it comes to the Destination 28, is the board going to be approving that before we speak to families about that? And I was understanding that we should be getting an update because there's been some changes since it was brought forth last year and postponed. So if we can get a status update on that and what's to be expected.
Yes, the plan is this is post approval. So this will not happen until after everything has been approved by the board.
Okay, and then Superintendent, this one's for you. Do you have timing on when we can expect that to come to the board for review?
Dr. Cesaro, do you want to speak on this? Because I think there may be some confusion on what approval looks like, and I just want to be clear on next steps.
Okay. Good evening, Board President, members of the board, superintendent, members of the community. So the question is about Destination 2028. So we went through the process of this is what we're going to do, this is why we're going to do it, and this is how we're going to do it. That was a while ago, and then we did have a preview. We took that feedback. We're working with the printers right now, and then we will be scheduling a time to present it at a board meeting. So we were finalizing it right now. What Tasia was discussing was the fact that once that's all done, then we'll go out. It won't go out before the board sees that, but there is a plan to disseminate that information. What are we doing? What are the goals of the district? What are the priorities?
Sorry, to clarify, so what we had received was a working session to go over the communication strategy around Destination 28. We haven't seen the Destination 28 actual plan as of yet, with the pillars and the description of the pillars and the details behind those.
So we can
I'm not following the question. I'm
So
sorry.
we can come back and update the board with where you are. So we got the draft form. You said some changes were made based on the
Yes.
feedback. So it would probably be, as you said, appropriate to come back and present the updates for the board.
Correct.
And I think what Ms. Lensing is looking at is a timeline. Is that March? Is that April? When?
We're almost finished right now, and we can. It depends on when you want to move forward and what's on the agenda.
So I just want to ensure, because I know that Nick has been working on the postcard, that we're in sequential order or chronological, same thing, chronological order when something is sent out, etc. But Ms. Lensing, we hear your question and we will circle back on that.
Did you have another question, Ms. Lensing, for Ms. Fields?
Those were my questions. I just wanted to make sure that was going to be approved before we started communicating with the community or families. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions for Ms. Fields?
No.
I do want to say thank you for the work of the FACE department. I do remember, I know Ms. Fabian's not here, but when it was a department of one, and I know now we have more staff, we've made significant investments in that department, and we're starting to see fruit with the communication, the things that you've been able to do, and the level of events that are able to be executed. So I thank you for your leadership and for the work of the team. So kudos.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, so for information items, we do have the FOIA report, which has been presented. There were no old business items on this agenda, no new business. We do have Ms. Hannah's request for the vape, but she asked that that be at a student achievement. So we do have item. Do you have that resolution? Mr. Riddle, I'm going to ask you if you don't mind reading the resolution.
I have the resolution.
Oh, you have it already? Oh, Ms. Gonzalez has it.
That's my copy.
Ms. Gonzalez has it? Okay.
All right.
Was that the question on the table? Sorry.
Yes, no problem.
Okay.
21A, expulsion of student number ending in 559.
Mm-hmm. Whereas following a building level investigation, student XXX599 was determined to have possessed a knife while at school, which under the school code requires a mandatory referral for expulsion for a period of at least 1 year unless modified by the superintendent, whose decision may be modified by the board in accordance to Illinois School Code 105, etc. Whereas the Board of Education of Waukegan Community Unit School District 9, School District number 60 did receive and consider the principal and superintendent's respective recommendations to modify the mandatory expulsion period for student XXX599 and the reasons therefore. And whereas the modification proposed is in the best interest of the district and the student and based on a totality of the circumstances, supports the maintenance of a school-safe environment, free and disruptive of influences which can be a distraction to learning while continuing to hold the student accountable for the student's conduct. Now, therefore, it is hereby resolved that the whereas clauses are adopted herein by reference as findings of the board. The board concurs with the superintendent's modification of the mandatory minimum expulsion period to 2 days out of school suspension. That the superintendent or the superintendent's designee is to notify the parents of student XXX599 in writing.
559.
559? Oh, okay, then I had misread it because it's mistyped earlier. Okay. of the board's determination within the next 5 school business days and incorporate information regarding supportive services available for the student, and that this resolution is effective upon approval of the board.
You so move your motion?
Oh, I'm motion. So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Riddle.
Riddle.
Any comments or questions on the motion? For the public, one, this is something that we don't take. I can't obviously go into details. This is related to a student matter, but I do want to commend the staff. Superintendent did send out an email to all staff members and parents related to, weapons and look-alike weapons being brought to school. That's obviously concerning. I have schools that are in the school district. What this does is it says we looked at the incidents and the situation surrounding the event, and the board is agreeing with the modification that was made. So anytime a student brings a weapon, based on the school code, that student should be coming forward for expulsion. And correct me if I'm saying anything incorrect, Mr. Clary.
That's correct.
And so we are going to follow that process. There should not be a weapon that comes to school, whether it was accidental. And I'll give a scenario. I had a classmate who worked at Jewel, inadvertently brought a box cutter to class because it was in his pocket, right? It went off in the alarms. Should that student be expelled? Again, school code would say that that should be mandatory 1 year out of school suspension. What the board is saying that we can review these, but I do want to remind parents and students and staff that it's not okay to bring a weapon, a look-alike weapon, to school for any reason. And so parents, please make sure you're having that conversation with your children, and students, please keep that in mind, is that comes with serious consequences and could lead to your expulsion from Waukegan Public Schools for the minimum of a year.
Just to help Brandon out a little bit, me making my decision in reference to the issue at hand, it was given the authority of the superintendent, our outreach department, the principal, and the board. And we're all being mindful, once again, they are kids. And in this case, we're talking about not a high school student, we're talking about an elementary student, still adolescent, still trying to find their way in life as opposed to making decisions. And I thought to the best interest of the student in the district, I think we made a wise decision as adults sitting here to look out for the kid. And going forward, if a situation occurs again, once again, we're here to look out for the kids, not to hurt them. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McBride. With that, I do want to make sure that the record reflects, as is correct, that the student number is 559.
Yeah.
559. All right, with that, roll call vote.
Mr. McBride?
Yes.
Ms. Gonzalez?
Yes.
Mr. Riddle?
Yes.
Ms. Hannah?
Yes.
Ms. Lindsay?
Yes, with a comment that safety is one of the most important things for this district. So when we talk about safety, we talk about safety for the individual as well as their classmates and their staff. So this decision was not taken lightly, but with all of the facts involved, it is the right decision for everyone. Thank you.
President Ewing?
Yes, item approved, motion carries. What we're going to do, board, we're going to do board member time, and then we do need to go back in the closed session to the community. We will be dismissing from closed session, so there will be no other action taken this evening after board member time. I'm going to start with you, Ms. Lindsay, since you are on the phone.
Okay, thank you, Board President. So from public comment, I just wanted to thank Ms. Edwards. She was able to express more succinctly and better about Miss Molly Wilson regarding her achievements as a Waukegan alumni, so thank you for that. And another thank you to Ms. Nickerson for the invitation to the House event. Unfortunately, due to my condition, it wasn't appropriate for me to attend, but I'm glad to hear that it was an amazing event. And this actually, the House system came up during a conversation that I had during the Ed Camp session that Waukegan Public Schools had over the weekend. So really briefly, my thoughts on the health system within these conversations. If we had all of our schools, elementary to high school, as a personal opinion, where they go from elementary to middle to high school within a house, they're building community from beginning to end in their education here at Waukegan. And it brings a sense of unity because you can have these events. You can have them within the school. You can have them district-wide. I'm a complete proponent, and I'm so glad that Ms. Nickerson and her team was able to incorporate in that school. If people don't know, Ed Camp is something that Waukegan has been putting on for 3 years now. They just had their third event. It is where educators can come, hold development for each other. So there's sessions that you can sign up for, different topics to express your expertise in or engage in conversation for the betterment of your school community. So I want to give major kudos to the team that led that up. So if I mispronounce anyone's names, I completely apologize. Send me a note and I will learn it the right way because that's very important to say people's names properly. So major kudos to the Ed Camp team that includes David Velasco, Erica Jacobo, Mary Milner-Stevens, Katrina Strauss, Kelsey Lamb, Victoria Pittman, Dionne Morris, and they had supporting wind trainers there as well. So another thank you to Mark Zavala, Carrie Higgs, Jill Koronowitz, please help me correct that one, Carol Linderman, Brad Pollack, Beatrice Reyes, and Kathleen Fritsch.
Thank you so
And
much.
as a final comment, I apologize. As a final comment, I want to again echo the sentiments of Ms. Edwards that the unfortunate sadness that is going through our community, especially to the families that lost their young children, is of high mind for me. Our children need to be safe and they need to be supported. So it's another echo that if we have any students or families that are in need of help, we have resources in the student handbook to please reach out. Please get in contact with a trusted adult so that you can remain safe and get the support you need.
Thank you so much. Ms. Hannah. Mr. McBride.
I just want to say thank you to the daughter of our matriarch, Mrs. Hannah. I thought that was well deserved for her to come up and make the statement that she made, because once again, when you put your time in, and you put your time in long suffering, I think it's to be complimented in any way that we know how to do that. And to Mrs. Angela, I know Brandon said don't mention his name, but I think you've been around long enough. Everybody know who you is. I appreciate the information that you gave about the substitutes, because that's well noted. How can you go into a classroom, have not having the information you need to deal with our kids? And the idea of when you go in there should be some information given to you on how to deal with the kids that day. So that was very helpful. I hope it didn't fall on deaf ears, because number one, that has been a problem. Sometimes substitutes go in the classroom and they just fill in that day. But to make themselves more meaningful and have more substance for being in there, they need the information to be able to do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McBride. Going back to Ms. Hannah, had one thing to mention.
And I apologize. I just want to say how much fun I had at the sneaker ball with the, excuse me, at North School. And I want to just give shout out to Ms. Limberger and Mr. Nickerson and all of the staff that were there. The kids had, they had big fun. And they were dressed so nice. And then they had their little sneakers on. And I enjoyed myself immensely. And I want to shout out to to DJ Carlos. Carlos Smith was there, and he had he kind of mixed things up with the music, and you know the kids had a ball. And a really impressive thing was the fact that all of the parents were right there. They were dancing with their kids, and it was just a really fun time. And so kudos to Principal Nicole and her staff over there at North School.
Thank you, Ms. Hannah. Mr. Riddle.
Yes, to be brief, I just wanted to congratulate all the women in our district who do so much for our district, as this is Women's History Month. And we couldn't, run our school system without all the wonderful women teachers that we have who do dedicate themselves to the education of our children. And then I would mention that I have a friend who is in the Waukegan Garden Club, and she advised me that they have a $1,000 scholarship that they award, or that they have available every year to award to a high school senior. And there have been some years when no one has applied. So you have 6 weeks yet to apply for that scholarship. If you're interested, if you have a major in any of horticulture, agriculture, botany, landscape architecture, anything related to growing plants, and you're applying to you're a high school senior in Waukegan, you're applying to a college, like the College of Lake County, and you're going to be majoring in that, I would advise you to apply for this scholarship. See your counselor. The Waukegan Garden Club has a simple application to fill out, and I'll give a copy of this to Mr. Alajakis so he can advise all counselors if they're not aware of this scholarship. It's like you said, you have until April 30th to apply. So if you're interested in that sort of subject, please go ahead and apply for it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gonzalez.
That's actually a really great segue, because that's one I didn't know about. I just sent a reminder about our scholarship to some folks, and there's a whole bunch of local ones. Yeah, I'll jot it down. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of local scholarships that we need more applicants for. Thus far, for the Waukegan Strong Scholarship, we've only received 3 applications, and that's not abnormal. I know that the kids wait until the very last moment to perfect their essays, which is totally fine. But do make it within the window. If you don't get ours, go get the other ones. Stay tuned for when we announce those. And I wanted to reiterate, I appreciate everyone's comments beforehand, but I did want to reiterate that if students and even the adults in our buildings, they are feeling overwhelmed or unsupported, to please let others know how we can water you. And I think sometimes even the people who seem like they're excelling and the A and B students that go under the radar sometimes get forgotten as well. But we are all battling different things and have different circumstances that impact our mental health. So don't be afraid to vocalize that and find your support network. And just overall, thank you for all the programming that has happened so far within the district. I think that we've been seeing a lot of tragedies, and we also need to find times to have and experience radical joy, which we have mentioned a couple times, but we need to really hold close, because that keeps us going, keeps us moving. So yeah, that's all I have to say.
Board President, I forgot one other scholarship opportunity, and that is our Waukegan Little Fort Lions.
That one too, okay.
They award 4 $1,000 scholarships to attend the World Affairs Seminar, and that is in June, right after school finishes. We actually have a presentation. Some of us Lions are going to be in Washington campus tomorrow, and on Thursday in Brookside campus. You do need a recommendation from your school counselor to apply for this scholarship. So again, go see your counselor, look over the scholarship, and it is only for juniors and sophomores and juniors. So sophomores and juniors are eligible. We send students with the scholarship for Waukegan students to the World Affairs Seminar, which is held at Carroll University just outside Milwaukee. So it's a whole week at a university in the summer. It's a wonderful opportunity. We've had some of our student board members attend in the past. It's a great opportunity to see what college is like. So again, if you're a sophomore or junior and you want to go to this leadership seminar, go see your counselor. And do it soon. Or come tomorrow to Washington campus for the information on that scholarship, or Thursday at Brookside campus. Thank you.
What time, Mr. Riddle?
Right.
What time?
What time?
It's going to be at 6 period, and it's by referral from the counselor, so they'd have to actually see their counselor if they're going to go to the presentation, but any of them can apply. If they see there's a counselor, they can apply for the scholarship.
And I'll be brief, and I typically don't do it, but I will. I've been extremely active over the last 7 years as it relates to attending events, trying to be any and everywhere that I can be. Many of you know I'm raising 3 boys who are in sports, and while I love the service in which I'm able to provide, I am still a working adult, so I will not be at everything. I will make as many things as I can make. I will try and show up. I will support however I can. But for my own sanity as well as the sanity of my family, I will not be able to make everything. And it doesn't mean I don't care about it. Doesn't mean that I don't love what it is that I do. On average, I give 25 additional hours to Waukegan Public Schools. I will continue to do that. But that may not be at many of the public events because they're at the same time as the events that my kids are doing. They want me at the basketball games, they want me at their track meets, and they've had to share their father with the community for 7 years. So I will apologize if I'm not as visible as I have been, but I will be unapologetic about being able to put my family first during this time. And so I do appreciate Board Vice President Hannah, as well as any other board members who are able to make it and present and being out there, because it is important that you all have access to us. Again, you can email me, you can call me. If I'm not as responsive as I've been, I will be responsive. It just may take me a little bit longer than normal. So I did want to state that. But I'm so excited to see the increase in all of the activity. And I appreciate the presentation from the FACE department, and I thank everybody. So with that, we're going to go back into closed session. So this concludes the public portion of our meeting. And I'd like a motion to go into closed session under exception C1, specific personnel, C11, actual threatened litigation, C21, approval of previous closed session minutes, and C10, individual student matters.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Riddle, motion by Ms. Gonzalez, second by Mr. Riddle. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. McBride, Ms. Gonzalez.
Yes.
Mr. Riddle.
Yes.
Ms. Hannah. Ms. Lensing.
Yes.
President Ewing.
Yes. So we are now going to go back into closed session. If you guys can meet me back down there, I'll give you 10 minutes.